Hi, I'm Gunn and this is my review of 2014's What We Do in the Shadows, directed by Taika Waititi, starring Taika Waititi, Jemaine Clement, and Johnny Brugh. Now, this movie is a New Zealand mockumentary about a group of vampires living together in an apartment set in the modern real world. The movie follows the daily lives of the vampire in the documentary style, and it loosely builds up to this finale gala party where it's a gathering for all the vampires to come and hang out together. First off, of course, the premise is amazing. It is super interesting. It feels like a short comedy form. I guess it came from a short film, so it makes sense that this is a very creative idea and it made for a great premise. It feels like an SNL sketch. But did they execute well? Absolutely. The amount of references to other vampire medias and folklore and myths in here are very much handcrafted. You can tell that this movie is written and made by a person who loves vampire stuff, and they do indeed jam-packed a lot of it in there. So if you love anything vampire, vampire movies, vampire book, Dracula, any of those I mentioned, you will pretty much guaranteed to enjoy this movie. Seeing all the vamp guys using their powers and weakness in the modern world for comedic purposes is quite funny. I do find the jokes land and I quite like it. Character-wise, I think pretty much everyone is lovable. Viago is your friendly, bubbly, buddy vampire host that makes you feel right at home in that apartment. It feels like you are friends with him. He's a great leading character in this movie. If anyone is a leading character, I say it's him. Deacon and Vadislavs are quite the characters, and where most of the comedies lies for me. They are eccentrics in their own way. Their personalities are very vibrant, so you will pretty much love or hate them. They are very fun to watch, to see them interact, to see their own story, to see them talk. It's just incredibly gripping in like a comedic way. It's there are interesting characters. All of them are, and even Nosferatu guy, which I forgot the name of. He's doesn't say much. He's a silent comedic here, and he does, in fact, is funny. And also the human in this movie, Nick Stu and another servant, Jackie, brings the perspective from the sane, and seeing them serve as a servant of vampires, and seeing how they get themselves involved into this entire world, seeing what they think of it is also very fun. It brings a dynamic to it, and seeing how the vampires embraces the other two, it's heartwarming at times, really. But I do have some critique on this movie, mostly on the personal side. Firstly, I wish the plot was crazier. I feel like they went a bit too down to earth on the documentary side, feeling like, I know they're meant to parody like a boring documentary, but this could be more interesting. It could be more chaotic. That's what it could really need. Chaos and more shenanigans. It felt like too human. They felt too humans. They should do more vampire stuff. I want to see more of that, especially in like a third act, in where they did pumped up the zaniness and the mythology creatures a bit, which I do like, but I wish they had more, and throughout the movie too. And the second thing is, I wish this movie was funner. Not to say that this movie isn't funny. I thought it's funny. It's cleverly funny. I didn't like laugh out loud, funny, laughing my butt off, nothing like that. But it's cleverly funny. So it's kind of my fault. So I wish like the movie has more in line with like bigger gags and stuff. But it's definitely not gonna be a problem for you if you are into these type of mockumentary. So do I recommend this movie? Yes. If you are sold by within the first 15 minutes of this movie, if you've seen that like first impression and you really like it in any capacity at all, the rest of the movie will follow that suit nicely and really makes you satisfied. If you like vampire in any capacity at all, just like what I said, I think you should watch this. You should enjoy this. I did some homework and watch other vampire movies, and I also find the references to be very throughout and very well written. It's come from the place of a heart of that love vampires. Taika Waititi, he's a vampire geek. That's why I assume. So yeah, I'm feeling a 3.5 out of 5. It might be a low score, but that's my personal score. You know, I think it's still a good movie for a Halloween horror watch. Yeah. So that's my review for What We Do in the Shadows. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of me casually reviewing grab bag movies like this, please subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.